Rainchild with Broke Boys, Boobs and Booze.
So my friend Lerato and I are chilling. We're drinking rooibos on the rocks. It is Sunday afternoon, so we're not trying to be ratchet. So Lerato asks me, "Hey Tibos, what's the worst thing you've done? Like, bad." Like, I have that answer now. I'm ready to just go for it. I'm like, hey, lovers, on my first day of primary school, I banged. The headmaster caught me, and I banged again. And then I dropped Mike like, I'm badass. I give him that look. He chuckles, and then he says, yeah, nah. I retort, so it's your turn. He says, last month, and now I'm thinking, hey, so it wasn't like 40 years ago like this. Last month, the boys and I decided to have a boys' weekend out. I'm like, this is starting to be interesting. Now, he tells me the boys. So it's Lerato, Mzege Zege, Pumpi, and Jacob. And I know those four, and I'm thinking, this is going to be interesting. So he continues to tell me the story of the boys' weekend out. So the boys decide that they were going to go to Secunda. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, guy, like, of those four, only you have been to Secunda. But no problem, I will let Lerato tell his story. He continues to say, now we're off to Secunda, and our first stop and only stop is going to be Flamingos. Now, Flamingos is this pub. It's a pub, what we refer to in Sotho, tap tap. Now, a tap tap is not like News Cafe. It's a yard with gravel, few chairs, and lots of alcohol. And like, so in my mind, I'm fast forwarding. Weekend out with the boys, booze, boobs. I know where the story ends, where the boys get sugar. I let Lerato continue his story. But then, in an amazing twist of events, Lerato deals the first blow. Now, Tibos, you can imagine, I'm the only one who's been to Secunda. Like, I worked in Secunda for some time. So I'm taking the boys out for an experience. But Pumpi has a girlfriend in Secunda. We were like, what? How? When? I'm like, hey, this Pumpi guy must be onto something. Now, I'm an attentive listener, so I'm there listening to Lerato tell me the story. Okay, no problem. The rest of the story will fold out nicely. He deals the next blow. But now, Tibos, you must understand. All four of us are broke. I'm like, broke? Boys' weekend out? At a pub. And then immediately I'm reminded of the song. Now, it's a Sotho song which essentially means this single line. If you broke, like chill in the back seat, you got no business trying to be cool, looking all snazzy, and already I've got this grin on my face because I know for a fact if Lerato is there ain't no chance in hell he's gonna be at the back. He's like all up in your face, cool guy, but that's just who he is. He's all playing cool and I'm grinning. Like, I'm just curious where the story ends. As if that's not enough, Lerato deals me another blow. Now, Tibos, not only are we broke, we've got one car. So in my mind, I conclude, okay, this is simple. This is obvious. Simple mathematics. No one's getting sugar. Y'all are broke. You got one car. There's 4 of you. And Boompi's got a girlfriend. There's 5 of you. I'm like, okay. But there's hope. It tells me that Jacob has about 200 bucks. I'm like, okay, no, that's manageable. 200 bucks can save face. But then you also add that the 200 bucks is meant for Jacob to use to get to work during the week. Like, what? Now let's fast forward the story. In a remarkable turn of events, 4 hours later, this is the scene. Pumpy is in a car, driving back to the pub with his girlfriend. He arrives at the pub to find Lerato and Jacob. Now you may be asking, but what happened to Mzegezege? Now, Mzegezege is one of those mathematicians. He understands arithmetics very clearly. So when they said, boys, weekend out, broke, 1 car, he quickly calculated, no one is getting sugar. So he will do the smart thing. He will go sleep first. Because he who sleeps first gets the bed first. It's simple. So what had happened is, Pumpy drove Mzegezege to go sleep. And drives back to pick up Lerato and Jacob so that they all can go sleep. But now how are they going to sleep if Pumpy has his girlfriend there? That's also simple. See, Pumpy is planning. He's taking Mzegezege to sleep. Lerato and Jacob are still having last moments of fun. He will pick them up. They go sleep. And then he will go drop girlfriend off. Like, oh, Pumpy's a nice guy. So he's there to be the driver. I'm like, but Pumpy's also a stupid guy because he has a girlfriend. So he can get sugar. No problem. But now Pumpy's driving back for the final pickup. He arrives. Lerato is furious. So Lerato tells me, hey, Tigos, this guy comes here. He's in the car. Like, but of course he's in the car. I'm thinking, he's there to pick you up. He's in the car and we need the car. Like, oh, you need the car? So I'm thinking to myself, what's the plan? We need the car because we've got 2 babes. Jacob and I have got babes. How did Jacob and you have babes? You're not broke. Only to find that Jacob used his transport money to entertain the babes. No. Exactly, eh? Boobs. So, as this story unfolds, I'm reminded of a lesson that a friend of mine, Tando, once told me. It's a lesson that is popularized by William Spaniel. Now, William Spaniel talks about game theory. And game theory, simplified, means understanding the relationship between your actions and my actions. Understanding that your actions determine my outcome, and my actions determine your outcome. So in a relationship of life, what I do affects your outcome, and what you do affects my outcome. To give an example of that, or to give 2 examples of that, the example that William makes, and the example that Tando makes. William says, imagine 2 prisoners, and this is the prisoner's dilemma, the prisoner's dilemma. 2 prisoners arrested already, convicted for 5 years, or sentenced for 5 years each. And the prosecutor makes a deal. If you confess, you go scot-free, he gets 8 years. If you confess, you go scot-free, he gets 8 years. What do the prisoners do? Another example that Tando makes is, imagine traffic. If everyone does the right thing, everyone gets on time. But if one smartass decides to cut someone and cut another person, he arrives at his destination on time. But if everyone tries to do that, nobody gets sugar. And I'm thinking of this scenario and I realize that's exactly what happened that day.
So Pumpi is on the other side thinking, okay, the scales are unbalanced, so nobody's getting sugar. And everything's supposed to be okay. Except Pumpi doesn't know that Lerato and Jacob are blowing Jacob's transport money trying to get sugar. And Tabo doesn't, Pumpi doesn't know about this plan. And he's like, and everybody's just shocked. And eventually we got a traffic jam and nobody gets sugar. What does this have to do with you as members of Wits Business School? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you, 11, 10 and a half of you sitting here. No, you're not a half. You're a full proper man, but I count you as half because you're about to become a member. You just don't know it yet. There's 10 and a half of you sitting here. And if you apply the game theory, and you apply it trying to play for yourself, as a collective, as a club, you will not achieve the club's goal of being a distinguished club. But if you collaborate your efforts and play for the other, you come closer to achieving the club's goal, which is President's Distinguished. And a club is only distinguished if the members in that club themselves achieve their goals. There's 11 of you here. To be a distinguished club, you only need 6 educational points. And if you collaborate, there's more than enough of you to become President's Distinguished Club. But if you apply the game theory incorrectly, and no one does their bit, and one person does their bit, they arrive on time, they achieve their goal. But as a club, we are nowhere. As this year starts, as you try to shine light into each other's lives, consider that in mind and ask yourself the whole time, how can I assist my fellow club member? How can I assist you? Do you need an evaluation? Do you need feedback? Do you need assistance doing grammarian? Do you need assistance preparing your speech? And as a team, we are President's Distinguished. Let your light shine this year. That's nice.